We've got 5 minutes, so we'll do 10.
Perfect. Take as long as you want. I'm here to talk and advertise. Daily press work. That's what I'm here to do. Place and time for everything. Not time and places now.
Let me know when we're good to go, guys. Yeah, all good?
Yeah.
Well look, it doesn't get bigger than this. I am joined by the one, the only, the best heavyweight in the world. Maybe the best dressed. You have to be the best dressed heavyweight in the world.
Of course I do. Got to be.
Tyson
Got
Fury.
to be. Check this suit out. Bad boy for Halloween coming up. I thought it would be a Fright Night edition of Gypsy King's special suits. And this one is up there with the rest of them. This is my suit of many colours that my tailor made for me.
Nav is smashing it on your suits.
He is, yeah.
He's relentless.
Fair play. Relentless. We've got some big ones coming as well. We've got some bangers coming.
Massive respect, because in my bag here, can you bring me bag up here, please? I have £10,000 in cash that I've collected today from Mr. Frank Warren. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 10. That's 10 grand in cash that Frank has brought for me today, because I bet Frank Warren £10,000 that Joshua won't sign the contract. Guess what? 10 grand richer, tax-free, bet money. You don't. Put that back in my bag, please, and hold it tight, because that 10 grand means more to me than 10 million.
10 grand up.
10 grand up. Thank you, Frank Warren. He stood on, he was a man of his word. I bet him 10 grand Joshua won't sign the contract, and he bet me 10 grand that Joshua would. And I have £10,000 in cash in my wallet. Tax-free money.
It's a good start to the day.
It was most definitely worth coming down to London for.
just
and I'm more happy with that 10 grand cash than I am for the payday that I'm getting off of Chisora.
Okay.
Because their number's on a screen and that's cash in my pocket. Get up!
Have you got it?
I haven't got it, it's over there somewhere.
Okay, but the cash is here. Look, Tyson, I always like to ask you like a sort of life question before we get into the boxing. Because your story's so popular, everyone's followed it, there's been ups and downs.
Yep.
Where are you right now? Who is Tyson Fury today as we sit here?
Tyson Fury's in a very happy place. He's a very dangerous fighter because he's happy and contented, and he's very happy with who he is. When I'm in training camp, I'm so happy. When I'm training for fights, I'm so happy. It's when I'm not training for fights and when I don't have anything coming up is when I become very unhappy and very not contented. So I'm just very happy to be back in the UK, back doing a massive fight at another massive stadium, 2 stadiums back to back. Cannot wait, and giving me old mate Chisora a crack at the whip, 3rd time, but this time for the heavyweight championship of the world. Repaying the favour. First time, 2 times before, Derek was the champion. He was the British and Commonwealth champion in 11, and I took them from him. And then he was the British and European champion in 2014, and it was the final eliminator for the world title. And I always promised Derek Chisora that I would fight him for the 3rd time. I give him that opportunity. And here we are again. And fighting Derek Chisora is sort of like going to the bar and ordering a treble Jack Daniels on the rocks. You know what's going to happen. You know what you're getting. You know what you're paying for. You're paying for the real deal. And the man's going to come and fight. And that's what we like. We like men who fight. Men with balls. Men who sign contracts. Men who are willing to throw down with the big GK. And here we are. We're going to be fighting December the 3rd at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Mm-hmm. Fortunately for them last night, they got absolutely battered from us. However, it's going to be a throwdown. And Chisora's going to come with his A game and a great fitness and work ethic, and I'm going to do exactly the same. And you know what I can say? May the best man win on the night.
You mentioned something there, right? You talked about the contract stuff. You're obviously referring to Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua. I know you've just lost a fight to Usyk and you're beltless at the moment. And I'd like to give you an opportunity to fight me for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World and the Lineal Championship in the next few months. You're coming off a 12-round fight, so you're match fit, you're ready. I'm giving you a few months' notice.
If you're interested, I'll send you the date over and we can rumble. A Battle of Britain for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Let me know if you're interested. If not, I will select another opponent. Thank you very much and good night. Boom.
Can I take you back? When you first put that video out on Instagram, calling him out, which was very respectful, the way you did it.
Yeah.
It surprised a lot of people. What did you expect to happen?
I just expected him to take the fight and that was it, move on. Not take 2 weeks, not sign no contracts and not do anything, not mess around. I don't think they want to fight. They got lack of balls. Joshua's got lack of balls, and if he didn't have lack of balls, then I'd be fighting. It'd be Fury versus Joshua, not Fury versus Chisora. And that's it, really. I'm not here to talk about an idiot who don't want to fight. I'm here to talk about a man who does want to fight, and that man is Derek Delboy Chisora.
War now.
Whatever.
So he's
listen, I call him Dale. Mama call him Dale, I'm calling Dale.
But tell me, right, so like when you beat him last, 2014, that was Delboy, right?
Yeah.
And the feeling is he's got better. I know he's got older, he's 38 now, he's 30 then, but the feeling he's got better. Pulev, Takam, good wins like that, hard fights with Dillian
Good
Whyte.
top 10 fighters, yeah.
Do you think he's got better?
Well, I'll ask him when we're in there on fight night. I'll say, do you feel any different to 2014, Dosser? Bang! Take that. Because before, it was the young kid, 22-year-old, fighting the man 27 in his prime. And then it was another youngster, 24, fighting a man 30-odd in his prime. But now it's Gypsy King in his prime versus Chisora. And improving Chisora, but respectively, I'm in my prime now, son.
You really wanted to get out this year, didn't you?
Yes.
That's the whole reason we're here. You wanted Usyk initially, couldn't be made. You wanted Joshua, couldn't be made. We've landed on Derek Chisora. Why were you so keen to get out again this year? Why was that so important to you?
It's very important to me because I've been training since Boxing Day last year for a busy year, and I only have had one fight. I know I retired, I was away for a bit, but you know, I'm back now and I wanted to fight desperately because going into next year, I want to be very busy. I want a minimum of 3 fights next year.
You told Frank?
Yeah, I've told Frank, yeah.
A nice active world heavyweight champion.
A nice active world champion. No messing around, no retiring, no long stints out the ring. Straight to the game. 3 fights next year.
And
Get
Usyk's,
this man out the way first.
Yeah.
And then we'll fight 3 fights next year.
And Usyk's top of your shopping list for next year.
Usyk is top of the shopping list. Providing I get through this one, and it's not a rematch with Chisora for the 4th time, 3rd time, 4th time, yeah, then it'll be Usyk, yeah. Head hunting. And I'll tell you now what people are going to say when I splatter Usyk. They're going to say he was too small. It was a mismatch. He was never any good to Tyson. It was a mismatch. Whatever. And then we move on.
You think you won't get credit if you beat Usyk?
Not at all. How am I going to get credit for beating a man half my size? It's all for me to lose and nothing to gain.
But
Oh, he beat a guy half of his size. Oh, he beat the bodybuilder. Yeah, well, you say the bodybuilder's a bodybuilder, son. He ain't no boxer. I said, we'll see. Proof's in the pudding. Chisora, I thought, beat Usyk anyway.
Do you think so? Because
Yeah.
like Tony Bellew on the night was talking, oh, he thought it was a draw. You think he beat him?
I thought he could have nicked it by a round or at least a draw. Worst ways, if they wanted to rob him, he could have given him a draw.
You think he gave him a better fight than Joshua did over?
I don't think that. I know it. I know it.
Because you're facing this version of Chisora and Usyk faced this version of Chisora, are you trying to do better than Usyk did? Obviously, you're going to try and do that anyway, but are you trying to send out a message to say, look, this is what you should do with Derek Chisora in this dynamic?
I'm not really trying to send any messages out. I'm just being me. They know who I am. I'm the emperor. I'm the king. I'm the number one Uno champion of my era. And, you know, I don't believe any of these guys can compete. None of the people in history could have ever competed with the Gypsy King. Nobody.
Well, look, we saw Deontay Wilder the other night. He came back, knocked out Robert Helenius, 1 round,
Fair
1 punch.
play.
I mean, tremendous.
I don't
right?
know anybody who could do that to Robert. Robert's been around for a long time. He's lost a couple of fights, yes, but he's never been cut down like that, like someone hit him with a mini digger right in the face.
He landed 3 punches in the whole fight, Deontay
Yeah,
Wilder.
that's all Deontay needs. Incredible athlete. Fair play.
And now he's going to fight Andy Ruiz. It looks like WBC eliminator. He might well beat him. And then suddenly, is he going to keep fighting you until he chins you? Is that the plan? with Deontay
I'm
Wilder?
not sure. However, I'm not going back over to America to fight him. I've been over there 3 times now. So, providing he gets through that fight and I get through mine, and if the Usyk fight can't be made in Feb, then I'll have a mandatory by April. So yeah, he'll have to come to Wembley. April, Wembley, Wilder.
Look, people want to watch that.
Would people want to watch that again?
I think so. I mean, look at what
I already beat him 3 times though. Would people want to see a 4th fight? Course they would, San. Course they would. We'll come on, break all records in the UK with that fight.
I think he would. 100%.
94,000 would do 3 or 4 million pay-per-view buys. Happy days. But let's not underestimate Derek Del Boy Chisora, because that man, I seen him knock out Carlos Takam cold. I've seen him do Arthur Spilker, sparked him out. I've seen him do a lot of people. I'd never underestimate anybody like Derek Chisora, ever.
Before we finish on Chisora, there's one more name I want to put to you. It feels like, and this is just me talking, right? It feels like Usyk is the legacy fight. Joshua is
Usyk ain't no legacy fight.
But he's got the other belts, and you've never.
I've already held all them belts. Don't forget, I'm the only person in history who's held every belt in boxing. Nobody before me, just me.
So he's
I make it look good.
You do. You know, well, we've seen it. But Joshua's the glamour fight, right? And
no, there's no glamour in fighting a coward. There's no glamour in fighting a coward. None. I don't fight cowards. I only fight real men. So to say that's a glamour fight, no way. My glamour fight was fighting the 43-0 Deontay Wilder in America versus Babrit. That was my glamour fight. The first time 2 heavyweight champions have fought each other undefeated since Arley fought Frazier for the first time. That's my glamour fight. This other bum fight over here with Joshua, it was a bit of like a Sunday roast. People only respect it in England. And Usyk will be a walk in the park. I'll butcher him. And then, who else is there?
Joyce was where I was going, but I've been told to wrap it up. So
well, let me wrap this up nice and quick. If Usyk don't want no smoke in February, then let's do Joyce at Wembley. You heard it here first. Joe, get your skates on, get fit, moosh, because if the middleweight don't want no smoke, you're in. Because I'm fighting 3 times next year, and you can be one of them.
Tyson Fury, the best heavyweight in the world, back December 3rd.
Back December the 3rd, followed by February. And if he doesn't want any smoke, Usyk, in February, you heard it here first, we're going after Joe Joyce. Because him, in my opinion, is the number 2 ranked heavyweight behind myself. Maybe 3, because I don't think anybody in the world can take Deontay Wilder's power, only myself.
Pleasure.
Boom.
Nice one, Tuts.
Tell Joe he owes me 50 grand for that publicity.